Here's the thing, boundaries are going to dysregulate you so badly, particularly if you've experienced any sort of trauma. And even more specifically, if you've experienced trauma that relates to your body and any sort of violation to your body. Boundaries have never been safe to you. Boundaries have never been something that's respected, never been something that's been honored, never been something that anyone has ever asked of you. But even if you did voice it, that could have been a threat. That could have caused more pain. That could have caused more harm. That could have caused you to understand and really internalize that your voice does not matter. Your feelings do not matter. Your boundaries, even if it has to do with your own body, does not matter. So if you do not have autonomy, if you do not have voice and agency of your own body, you will not feel that you have autonomy or agency or voice over anything else in your life. So you are going to continue to struggle with boundaries. So as an adult, there's a lot of work that needs to be done to unlearn this coping mechanism, this survival skill. It really comes down to a feeling of safety. So right now for you, boundaries do not feel safe. Boundaries are a threat. Boundaries are going to cause more pain and harm to you. And at the end of the day, it feels like it does not matter anyway because nobody's going to listen. So what we have to do is we have to retrain our nervous system, develop new neural pathways to let us know, let our bodies know and understand that it is safe for me to feel a boundary, to hold a boundary. So right now, we can try this exercise. So right now, holding a boundary is going to feel really intense. You're going to be completely dysregulated. Your thoughts are going to be running a mile a minute. You are going to feel your heart racing. You're going to start to feel sweating. You're even going to feel your voice start to shake. You're going to question yourself. You're going to gaslight yourself. You're going to maybe look externally for advice, seeking out your friends, your family, or your close ones, your trusted, your loved ones, to see if your boundary makes sense, to get that validation, to see if, am I overreacting, or does this make sense, right? But what you are going to want to do is sit in this feeling. So when your heart is racing, when your mind is racing, when you feel like your blood pressure is through the roof, just by setting a boundary, I want you to sit with it. I want you to repeat this over and over. It is safe. I am safe. My feelings matter. This is important to me. I have been violated. Maybe I did not protect the little me back in the day. Maybe nobody protected her, but now it is my responsibility and my job to protect that little girl. It is my responsibility and my job to protect myself. Nobody here is coming to save me. Nobody here is going to hold the boundary for me. I have the power to do this for myself. I have the agency to do this for myself. And it is safe for me to do this. It is safe for me to hold this boundary. It is safe for me to hold this boundary. It is safe for me to hold this boundary. This is safe. I am safe. You need to keep repeating this safety mantra to you over and over and over until your nervous system actually begins to believe it. And so this is not something that's going to happen overnight. This really takes a lot of time and a lot of practice. But the more you do it, the more that your nervous system is going to believe that it is true. So right now, your neural pathways, what they're communicating is that it is not safe for you to set a boundary because that's all it's ever known. It directly relates boundaries to pain or to trauma or to something that you need to escape from or protect yourself from. So the more that you tell yourself that it is safe every time you hold a boundary, you are going to develop these new neural pathways and this is going to become normal for you. So I know that right now you're considering the other person's feelings, you're considering the situations, you're doing a lot of risk assessment, a lot of risk management because this is what you are used to doing. You're used to assessing everybody's emotions. You're used to being the emotional manager. You're used to being the risk manager, used to being the environmental assessor. So you put everything else and everybody else above and before what your needs are. But right now, we're going to stop doing that. Right now, today, we're going to stop doing that. You are going to set a boundary. And sometimes you don't even know if something has violated you because you're so used to dismissing and disregarding your own feelings, right? When somebody disrespects you, when somebody crosses a boundary, when somebody hurts you, you are so used to just sweeping that feeling under the rug. We're not going to do that anymore. If somebody does something towards you and it stirs something up to you, and you know that that doesn't feel right, maybe you feel offended, maybe you feel hurt, maybe you feel sad, you are going to honor that. That is your intuition speaking to you. You're going to honor that, and we're going to practice using our throat chakra, communicating what our needs are. So I don't like when you talk to me in that way. I'm going to need a little bit of space from you right now. The way that you came at me that time did not feel good in my body. I feel disrespected. I feel dishonored. I feel like you did not consider my feelings in the situation. What you are doing right now is hurtful. I'm going to remove myself from the situation, right? And we're used to the guilt tripping, we're used to the gaslighting, we're used to all of these, tactics where it's like, come back in, or I didn't mean that, or, it's okay, you're overreacting, and you're doing this, you're doing that. We've heard it all before, but this time we're not going to fold, right? We're not going to question ourselves. We're not going to gaslight ourselves. We are going to say that it is safe. I can hold this boundary. My feelings matter. Okay. So we're going to practice holding that and give yourself space, give yourself time to feel that full boundary, right? And sometimes there are other ways that we can help regulate this dysregulation when we're setting a boundary. So when it feels really intense and hot in your body, what you can do is you can go for a walk, you can go do some yoga, you can go, for a run, go to the gym. I did another video about hot emotions. So anytime we feel these hot emotions coming up, we feel our blood pressure rising, we feel our heart rate rising, we want to move our body. If you're not able to move our body, we're going to do tapping. So anywhere you feel that dysregulation, whether it's, in your heart, whether it's in your shoulders, in your chest, you might feel your heart racing, or even if it's in your head, we're going to do some tapping. So what that's going to do is it's going to take that high intensity, that really high energy, and help to dissipate it. So you don't get that headache, you don't get that chest pain. You're really helping to dissipate that energy so it's not all congested in one area. So that's going to help the physical symptom of holding that boundary and feeling dysregulated. But the other part of it is really repeating to ourselves, creating that new neural pathway and telling yourself that you are safe over and over and over again. It's going to be hard at first. It's really going to dysregulate you at first. But I promise you, the world's not going to end. Your life's not going to be over. This is for your own true healing. And girl, you need to really start to understand that your feelings truly do matter. You're used to just putting your feelings to the side, putting everybody's needs above your own. Understand that your feelings do matter, and nobody else is going to give it to you. You need to give that to yourself. Otherwise, you're going to keep making the same choices, getting in the same situations, the same jobs, the same relationships where you are being dishonored and disrespected over and over again. The patterns repeat just in different forms. So you really need to begin to understand, to believe, and to embody that your feelings do matter, your boundaries do matter. And so through this practice, you are going to get there. I promise you it's going to get easier. Good luck, girl. I love you. I'm here for you. And if you want deeper support on this nervous system regulation, the somatic healing, jump into the sanctuary where we have a full regulation library. We do somatic healing classes. We do master classes on emotional intelligence, how to set boundaries, ancestral wellness, all these good things to really help you heal, not just on the head knowledge, but really embody healing so that you can reclaim your life. Because honestly, girl, you deserve it. I look forward to seeing you in the sanctuary, and we'll talk soon. Ciao.